Introducing the Revenue Cycle Management workstream of Continuity. Continuity's Revenue Cycle Management workstream automates the front end of the healthcare revenue cycle. From information capture at the place of service through online diagnosis and procedures coding, and culminating with automated charge entry into the billing system. The following presentation is designed to provide the viewer with a high-level overview of the scope and primary capabilities of the Revenue Cycle Management workstream. We'll start out by taking a quick look at where the solution fits within the overall context of the healthcare revenue cycle, and then we'll follow the path of a typical transaction as it moves across the workflow. It's important to note that as we move through the process, for the vast majority of encounters, the only manual labor is key enter of the diagnosis and procedures codes. Everything else is automated. Continuity accepts charts in a wide variety of formats, including scanned images, EMR records, and dictated records. The solution accepts patient demographics and the patient daily log electronically via an ADT feed. It automatically matches charts against demographics and then reconciles against the patient daily log. The online coding module captures diagnosis and procedures coding. There's an optional third-party claim scrubbing module and extensive online exception management handling capabilities. Charges are automatically entered into the billing system electronically, and there is also a document management feature with content-based retrieval for managing correspondence and EOBs. The system is highly intuitive and easy to use with extensive management reporting capabilities. It is web-based and delivered over the internet as a subscription service. Section 1. Information Upload. Continuity's Process Manager houses the workflow-related functionality of the system. The first thing to note is that the Process Manager is configured as a workflow diagram. Users intuitively understand the sequencing of events and what happens within each of the workflow modules. The pre-sorting module processes inbound clinical records received via fax or email. This kind of chart input would typically be used by home health providers. The sorting and indexing modules are used to sort and index records that cannot be auto-indexed by the system. Examples would be a scan batch. The patient log module is used to manage the patient daily log and drives the auto-reconciliation capabilities of the system. Patient logs are typically received electronically and loaded automatically. Patient records can be added to the log as well as removed from the log by entering a void code. The demographic entry module can be used to key enter demographics, though in practice it is almost always used to edit records that were received electronically via an ADT feed. The search fields are used to locate the records that the user wishes to view and/or edit. Typically, the user would view either an entire date of service or the record for a particular patient. To view an individual record, simply double-click on the patient name in blue. To edit a record, make the changes under the appropriate tab, Patient, Guarantor or Carrier, and then select the Submit control. Section 2. Assembling the work packets. Once the charts and demographics have been loaded and matched, Continuity then begins to assemble the coding work packets. The work packet is an optional, role-specific grouping of documents from the chart that ensures users, typically coders, are presented with all of the information they need to complete their work, but no more than they need. The work packet concept is an optional feature used to streamline the billing workflow for sites with large multi-site charts and/or where the CBO is doing the billing for multiple departments. A client site can have as many work packets as necessary. The client has the option of sending the assembled work packet through Work Packet Quality Control module, where it can be checked for completeness before being sent on for coding. To review a work packet, the user double-clicks on the patient name in blue. Selecting the Approve control moves the work packet into the coding queue. Section 3. Online coding and automated charge entry. The assembled work packets travel to the coding modules. The coding queues can be filtered by site, by department, by date range, by work packet, and by whether or not the matching demographics have been added to the chart. Continuity has a dual screen option to improve coder productivity. To code the chart, select the physician, facility, and place of service values from the drop-down lists. Then select the applicable billing system insurance package and enter the applicable diagnosis and procedures codes along with any modifiers. Then submit the charge. To send a chart to the exceptions queue, select the exceptions code, enter any comments, and select the exceptions control. To view comments added to those charts returned to the coding queue from the exceptions module, select the View Comments control. If the selected department is anesthesia, then the anesthesia coding window controls will appear. The coder adds the specific anesthesia charge information and then selects the Save control. After a chart has been coded and passed through the Quality Control module, the chart moves on to Charge Submission. The Charge Submission module is used to manage the charge interface between continuity and the billing system. It is rarely accessed by users as the process is fully automated. The user can see which charges have been submitted, which have yet to be submitted, and which have been accepted by the billing system. The Exceptions Management module is used by all of the workflow modules and is arguably one of the most powerful features of Continuity Revenue Cycle Management solution. Exceptions are managed by site, by department, by work queue, by date range, by patient ID, by physician, and by resolution status. Queues are categorized by exception type, and the exception types are configurable. The user can drill down on the count in the exception type to see the individual exception queues. Highlighted charts have received an addendum since being placed in the exception queue. Double-click on the patient name in blue to drill down to the chart. Users can view the chart, add comments, or approve the chart to be sent back to the coding queue. Section 4. Management Reporting. Continuity includes extensive real-time dashboards that provide the CBO leadership with complete visibility and complete control over the end-to-end process. The Missing Charts report tracks the receipt status of charts and demographics against the patient departmental logs. It is a real-time dashboard with drill down to the patient and chart level, and with export to Excel so that staff at the provider locations can be provided with worksheets to help locate missing records. The Revenue Cycle dashboards can be found under the Revenue Cycle Management Workstream Reporting category. The Date of Service Aging report provides a real-time view of every live transaction in the system by date of service. This is a real-time dashboard with drill down that provides CBO management with an up-to-the-minute view of where things stand from a workflow perspective by date of service for any particular client and/or department. Each date of service is listed separately on the left. The work queues are listed along the top of the dashboard. Users can drill down through to the actual work queues by selecting the count. The Revenue Cycle Aging report shows every live transaction in the system, where it currently resides, and how old that transaction is. The Revenue Cycle related work queues are listed on the left, while the aging buckets are listed along the top of the dashboard. The user can access the work queue by clicking on the chart count in blue. Continuity also has an array of coding-related reports that provide CBO management with insights into both provider practice patterns as well as individual coder performance. The Procedures Mix report shows the procedures mix by site by department over any given time frame. The Coding Information report lists the detailed charges by site by department, while the Coding Production report shows overall and individual coder productivity for each of the calendar dates. The Coding Exceptions report shows exceptions by site, by department, and by provider over the selected date range. The Procedure Mix by Coder report allows CBO management to analyze the coding patterns of each individual coder. Completely paperless. Almost fully automated. Most charts only require coding. Complete end-to-end visibility means complete control. Bill every chart on time every time. Web-based solution delivered over the internet as a service. No hardware to buy and no software to install. All for about the cost of a first-class postage stamp.